Today I'm going to be normal. Just work.
Normal. That's adorable. You're a microscope trying to live like a spoon.
I have a deadline.
And your ritual. Open the dock. Then suddenly, you need to reorganize your entire life.
I'm not.
You already touched your phone.
I'm fine.
You're not fine. You're in a room full of people. Inside your head. And still alone. And you treat that like a defect.
It feels like one.
Keep that feeling. Because in 8 minutes, you're going to realize why you've been misread your whole life. Not a pep talk. Psychology. And it's annoying how accurate it'll be.
What's the catch?
3 traps. Trap 1. Why crowds drain you, but solitude wakes you up. Trap 2. Why you can't stop digging into anything. Trap 3. Why people label you, and you let them.
Great. So I'm broken in 3 flavors.
Or not normal in 7 ways. And that might be the point.
Everyone else looks synced. Like they got a manual.
They did. It's called small talk. It's a cult.
Why do I always feel like I'm performing?
Because you are. You're running a social operating system that melts your battery. Now, listen. You're going to recognize yourself in at least 3 of these traits. And when you do, you'll feel relief, then instantly suspicious.
Suspicious of what?
Suspicious that you spent years calling yourself wrong when you were just built different. Let's prove it.
I can't think in here. My brain is listening to everything.
Because it is. Congrats, you're cursed with range.
Everyone else seems fine.
They're on default settings. You're on high sensitivity mode. Here are 7 traits that show up in people who don't operate like the average person. And the twist? Almost all of them have been used against you.
Like what?
Antisocial, overthinking, lazy, paranoid, weird, cold, too much. Ready?
Trait 1. You recharge alone and crowds pull your plug. I don't hate people. I just crash.
You don't get tired. You lose power. Socializing for you isn't talking. It's reading microsignals, tone shifts, faces, energy. You're not chatting. You're processing data in real time.
And when I'm finally alone,
your brain wakes up. Ideas connect. You feel like yourself again. If you don't understand this, you'll force yourself to be social until you resent everyone. Then assume you're the problem.
So solitude isn't a flaw.
It's fuel. And it's why your best decisions never show up in meetings. They show up in quiet. Remember that.
Trait 2. You can't stop at the surface of anything. Wait, why did he say that? That changes everything.
Please enjoy the film like a regular mammal.
I can't. My brain won't drop it.
Because you have a low tolerance for incomplete information. Most people hear an answer and move on. You hear an answer and your mind asks the next question. And the next.
People call it overthinking.
They stop thinking 3 steps earlier and call it peace. Your mind doesn't skim. It interrogates reality. Which is why trait 3 is going to sound like laziness. But it's sharper than that.
Trait 3. People think you're lazy, but you're selective. I'm either unstoppable or frozen.
Because you don't do busy. You do worth it. Lazy avoids effort. Selective evaluates cost first.
So why do normal tasks stop me?
Your brain runs a quiet math problem. Is this worth my energy? Does this matter? Will I respect the outcome? If the answer is no, you don't move. Not because you can't. Because you won't.
People hate that.
The world rewards visible effort, not intelligent effort. So they label you. And you start believing it.
Okay. That's 3. This is uncomfortably accurate.
Good. Now the scary ones. Trait 4 explains why you don't trust easily. Trait 5 explains why trends never held you. Trait 6 explains why you go quiet in chaos. Trait 7 explains why people call you too intense.
Great. Keep going. Trait 4. You read people too well, and it scares you. He doesn't mean that.
You know because your nervous system is basically a lie detector. You pick up pauses, micro-expressions, the smile that doesn't reach the eyes. Most people register it and ignore it. You compile it. Instantly.
Then why do I still get hurt?
Because you ignore what you know to keep peace. And that connects to trait 6 in a way you're not ready for.
Trait 5. Your curiosity is internally driven, not trend driven. I've never cared about what everyone else cares about.
You're allergic to the algorithm. You're not trying to be different. You just can't fake interest.
It makes me feel isolated.
It also makes you go deep while everyone skims. People bond over trends. You bond over truth. That's why shallow connection feels like eating air.
Trait 6. When everything is on fire, you go quiet. People think I don't care when I go quiet.
They confuse control with cold. In stress, most people react. You observe first. Your silence isn't shut down. It's processing. And when you speak, it's measured. Precise. Heavy.
So why does my calm backfire?
Because sometimes you use calm to disappear. You stay regulated while someone crosses a line. You mistake composure for consent.
So my strength becomes my trap.
Exactly.
Trait 7. You feel in high definition, and people call it too much. I hate when people ask, what's wrong? Because wrong isn't the word.
Most people have two settings, good and bad. You have a whole palette. You can tell guilt from shame, anxiety from dread, loneliness from emptiness.
People say I'm sensitive, dramatic, complicated.
Because your emotional resolution is high. Low resolution people get annoyed when you describe details they can't even perceive.
And it hurts.
Because you also remember in high definition. A small betrayal doesn't feel small. A fake apology feels like static in your teeth. And you can't unknow what you know.
That's why I get stuck, not lazy. Just too aware to move wrong.
Awareness without skill becomes paralysis. Awareness with skill becomes power.
So, solitude, depth, selectivity, reading people, internal curiosity, calm and chaos, high definition emotions. That's me.
And those became labels: antisocial, overthinking, lazy, paranoid, weird, cold, too much.
So, what now? Just accept it.
No, acceptance is step 1. Strategy is step 2. Stop treating normal like the judge of your design. Use the traits as instructions instead of indictments.
If I recharge alone, I schedule solitude like fuel, not like a guilty secret. If I go deep, I aim it at the right questions, not self-hate. If I'm selective, I build meaning first instead of using shame as motivation. If I read people, I trust the data without turning it into a cage. If I follow internal curiosity, I stop chasing trends for belonging. If I'm calm in chaos, I use calm to set boundaries, not to vanish. If I feel in high definition, I name things early, before they rot into explosions.
Look at you, almost functional.
Don't ruin it.
I'm not. I'm warning you. The cost is real. You'll feel out of place. You'll be misread. You'll crave depth in a shallow world. But here's the trade: clarity, control, a life that stops fighting your wiring.
So I'm not normal.
No, you're just done calling your design a defect.
Maybe the loneliness wasn't proof I was broken. Maybe it was proof I was built to go deeper than the room I was in. And now, subscribe. Not because I'm asking, but because on this channel, we break down the mind's biggest patterns with real science, and we show you exactly how to respond when they hit. And if you've got addictions, negative habits, or behaviors you want to finally break, the video on screen will show you how to escape a trap the system was built to keep you in. Watch that next.